Hi everybody, this is my beautiful friend Deirdre. Her and I work together at the wellness clinic that I was working at for the last 7 years. And Dee is obviously a naturopath in her own right. And I'm going to ask her now to tell us a little bit about herself. Go for it, Dee.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. Oh, right. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Just to sort of say what a naturopath is, because a lot of people ask me. So just briefly, I'll say that a naturopath does diet and nutrition, and we also prescribe herbal medicines. And we do a lot of testings for deficiencies in vitamins and minerals, plus hormones, fertility, liver function, gut function. I have a degree in nursing as well, plus a degree in psychology. So when you combine that with my naturopathy practice, I would say that I blend mind and body. And also I blend both orthodox medicine along with natural medicine, having worked for 11 or more years alongside doctors who appreciate natural medicine. So bearing that in mind, I'll give you 3 tips about what to do when you're a new mum. So the first tip is really important. It's you. Nurture yourself. Look after your mind and your mental state. From my experience, when I remember being a first-time mum, and admittedly that was quite a while ago, I've got 2 girls and they're 2.5 years apart, I was the full-time mum dedicating every minute of my day to my girls and loving it. However, I did get very tired, as all mums do, because our body and our mind is on alarm the whole time. We're just always vigilant, making sure that our kids are okay, that we're doing the right thing. And this is actually having our adrenals switched on continuously. And when the adrenals are switched on continuously, you've got this permanent drip of cortisol into your bloodstream. Now, cortisol is good for a fright and flight, but we don't want to be in fright and flight 24 hours a day, because the cortisol is very inflammatory. Now, not just inflammatory for joints and your back, but also for your gut and your brain. So a lot of cortisol can actually cause anxiety, insomnia, and depression. So I do urge new mums to somehow find 1 or 2 or 3 hours of the day where they can just be alone. I know it's hard sometimes, but if you can find time to do 2 things. 1 is give your body some exercise and sunshine. 2, give your mind a rest from all the demands that you're under. And this might involve reading a novel or watching a movie or catching up with your girlfriends, meditating, just going for a walk along the beach, thinking about everything that's going on in your life. That's tip number 1, and I think the most important. The second tip is to nourish your body. Now, did you know that it takes 2.5 years for your body to get back to normal after giving birth? This is because you've been growing a little baby for 9 months, and your body has used up all its supplies of its B vitamins, its zinc, its vitamin C, its iron, its magnesium, all of these nutrients which are important for us feeling well and also having a good immune system. And I spoke about the adrenals in the first tip, but did you know that the adrenals actually need B vitamins, zinc, magnesium, and vitamin C? And plus, you can nurture your adrenals with certain herbs such as withania or ashwagandha and many others. So I do urge everyone to also check your iron levels, ask your doctor just to do a blood test, as well as a B12 test and a zinc and a vitamin D, because these are the essential nutrients that the body seems to be depleted from when we're under a lot of stress. The third and last tip is to nourish your children. So I've said to nourish yourself with a good diet. So let's talk about diet for the children as well as yourself. The basic rule is eat vegetables, eat your greens, don't just live on bread, cereal, pasta, biscuits, pizza, because the basis of that type of food is just highly processed wheat flour. There's really very little nutritional value in that. It's been bleached, it's been processed. And to top it off, it's full of gluten. And while a little bit of gluten wouldn't do any harm, when it's 3 meals a day, every day, then it starts to cause gut problems. And if your gut's not happy, the rest of your body isn't happy. So I'm not going to say, oh, just choose gluten-free bread, cereal, pasta. I'm going to say choose something else, such as a vegetable or fruit. And also, another dietary tip is include protein in every meal. We just don't want to live on starch. So protein food is your eggs, your meat, your fish, your chicken. And if you're vegetarian, then include some beans or tofu and nuts, but not too many nuts, and because nuts are a bit hard to digest. So what else can I talk about? I think just a final thing is water. If you're breastfeeding, you're a new mum, my gosh, you do need to keep your fluids up. You're going to sit down with the bub and sit there with a water bottle. I'm not going to say have a hot cup of tea or coffee with you, not because you might just spill it on your baby, but because it's very dehydrating. So you need some nice juices, or even coconut water is very hydrating. And then the last part of that nourishing your body and the baby's body, child, is to get some sensible sunshine. Don't avoid the sun altogether. The sun is what keeps living things alive, whether you're a plant, an animal, or a human. So sensible, not to get burnt. So to sum it up, nurture yourself, tip number 1. Tip number 2, nourish your body. Look after those adrenals. Number 3, feed your child properly. If you're just feeding your little one on junk food or a mono diet based on flour and cereals, that little kid is going to be hungry and miserable and irritable. So that's my 3 tips.
Beautiful. That was awesome. Thank you, Dee. That was just fantastic. There's some really, really valuable tips in there that I think lots of new mums will absolutely, be able to put into practice straight away. So thank you very much for your time. I will put links in the comments and on the screen on how to get in touch with Deirdre. So she works at a couple of different places, so you'll have access to her different days throughout the week. And thank you so much for your time, Dee.
My pleasure. Bye.